Welcome back, everybody. It's another episode of The Human Side of Marketing. I'm your co-host, Chris Angel, here with your host, as always, Kurt Stockwell. Hello, sir.
Hello, Chris. How are you?
I'm good. Hey, listen, I like the very red carpety background there.
Yeah. I with your guidance, I got a green screen, which is good because literally, like the other day, those little banners that I usually have behind me, one of those broke and like spun up into the little, like extendo thing that you.
Right.
Yeah, so it's literally broken sitting out in the office. So I've got this green screen. I'm kind of on the fence on whether I like this background or not. So we'll see. You might see something different next time.
I think that's the fun part about green screens. You can play with infinite backgrounds,
There you go. Maybe
your heart's content.
We'll record from space next time, maybe.
Yeah, that'd be good.
From the moon.
That'd be good. Someday we'll be able to do these just through like a virtual reality, like with goggles on and stuff, and we'll be sitting in the same room, and then
there you go.
That's
I can
where technology's going.
I can look like thinner and younger.
That's even better. Yeah, with like body augmentation in our virtual reality. Wow, that would be quite an episode.
It's right around the corner.
Speaking of quite an episode, today we're talking about the main reason people don't respond to your marketing, which I think is juicy because we're all have our hands in marketing, hopefully. And we'd all like more people to respond to it. So I'd like to hear from your perspective, why are people not responding?
Not responding, right? So the goal of marketing, right, is to connect with people and for people to respond to your marketing, right? I mean, novel idea. I'm sure that the marketing dollars that you're spending is not just to give Facebook money or, shovel money off to some other entity that's broadcasting your message. It's people will connect with your marketing, right? So,
beautiful.
Hey, the whole point of the show, the human side of marketing, what are we doing?
That's right.
How can we make people connect better and respond to our marketing? Okay, this is the secret. You ready?
I'm ready.
Stop using business jargon. That's it.
Okay.
Stop using inside language. Stop using business jargon. So I think the reason why people do the business jargon thing is because they want to sound smart. And literally the current marketing culture, because we've talked about how it's so noisy, and how it's everybody can do marketing now because we all have computers in our pockets, those little smartphones. We can connect with people immediately throughout the entire world because it's easier to do marketing than ever before. Most people are doing it and they're doing it poorly and things are noisy. So when you use business jargon like everybody else, you're going to sound like everybody else. And it's because it's not that you're not intelligent, but you're just not being smart about your marketing.
I think sometimes too, if we listen to podcasts or read books and marketing teachers use words like that, then we start to just think, and it's like learning another language. You just start to think and dream in that language. And so then we try to communicate what we do to people comes out with that new language. And people are like, I don't know what that is. What is
it literally just 20 minutes ago, as I was preparing for this discussion, my business partner, Andy, got off the phone with someone and I said, hey, how'd that call go? He's like, oh, good. It didn't really respond well to, the way that we like to do our process of helping clarify the message, so it's a more simple, because literally the guy that he was talking to said, I don't want to not use industry jargon because I don't want to sound unintelligent.
Really? Wow.
He literally said, I don't want to go away from business jargon. So whenever I get that kind of pushback from somebody, I always ask, okay, well, who's your audience? If your audience is genuinely people in your industry, you can get away with shop talk, right?
Sure.
But literally his audience is not, it's the general public. And he said, I don't want to sound, not smart. But again, my opinion on that is it's not that you're unintelligent, but when you use business jargon, that is not being smart in your marketing. You can be an intelligent person, but not be smart. So we're going to help you be smart.
Can we press in on the pain of that just a little bit more? Because I'm getting a little fired up in my seat. I'm just like, it's really interesting that you had that experience 20 minutes before this call.
Literally 20 minutes ago.
I feel like one of the things that, to bring the human side of marketing back around, like one of the things that historically we've done as marketers is we front, we puff, We try to look bigger than we are. We try to sound smarter than we are, all because we're afraid to be found out that we're a fraud, or we're afraid that people would see us as imperfect. We have this complete paralyzation around perfectionism. Like, and so we will use big words or other things to try to make us try to compensate for feeling like we're less than what we really should be.
Right. I just heard a guy the other day talking about some of the top industries that have ever existed. Some of the top businesses that have ever existed. Mm-hmm. And one of those was Apple. It is Apple. I mean, they just hit like $1 trillion in revenue or whatever. They just hit the mark that no other business has ever hit. But what is the thing that Steve Jobs did that was different than everybody else is, what did he do? He brought things down to a human level.
Right. Totally.
And he didn't posture. The entire product that launched the product that launched them into this new space was the iPod, not the MP3 player, it was called, I think the first MP3 player was called a Zune or something like that. He literally said, iPod, this is your thing. This is for you. And it's 1,000 songs in your pocket. We don't need to talk about any other gobbledygook. This is something for you. So Steve Jobs did such a good job of making the product for you and personalizing it.
It's a great example. 1,000 songs in your pocket.
1,000 songs. It's not an MP3 player. Who cares about an MP3 player?
It's 1,000 songs in your pocket. That's amazing. Yeah.
1,000 songs in your pocket. That's all you need to know. And hey, I want that.
There's no jargon in that. Yeah.
No jargon in that. No. So we're going to eliminate the jargon from your marketing. Okay. So Chris, I'm going to put you to the test.
Okay.
You ready?
Sure.
I looked up the top 10 industries in the United States, and we're going to talk about 3 of them. Okay. Number 1, believe it or not, is healthcare. Believe it or not, the healthcare industry has a ton of money.
Wow. What?
Yeah.
They have a ton of money?
Exactly. Right. And so they spend a ton of money on marketing. Okay. So I looked up some jargon from the healthcare industry, and correct me if I'm wrong, but would you be surprised to see something like this in their marketing? Okay. We're an accountable care organization focused on value-based care.
I don't know what any of that means.
Exactly. But have you seen stuff like that in marketing when it comes to the healthcare industry?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to put you to the test.
Okay.
Okay. What is an accountable care organization?
I mean, I think of churches and accountability partners, like they're going to,
yeah,
right. I mean, accountable care organization. I don't know. Like, do they hold the bad guys responsible for good healthcare?
Okay.
Like,
well, I don't know. Maybe.
I don't like.
What is value-based care, Chris?
I don't know. Like, I hear care value-based. Is it heart-centered? Is it like they have values that I don't know.
They adhere to some sort of moral values, maybe?
Yeah. Is it a moral value thing? Is it?
Okay. So I'm going to read the definition of accountable care organization. Okay. A group of providers, doctors, hospitals, sometimes even pharmacies, that have voluntarily joined together to manage the overall health of a certain population of people.
What?
If these providers do their job well, this coordinated approach will cut down on errors and repeat visits, and likely lead to better outcomes, and in theory will lead to lower cost healthcare.
Wow.
Now that you know what an accountable care organization is, that sounds pretty enticing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I hear the heart in it. I still, even as you describe it, I'm still kind of like, huh? Like, even in the description of them, like, there's so many words I'm trying to keep up with as you read. I'm trying to keep up with the definition of it. Like,
well, let's jump into value-based care. Okay. This is similar in concept to accountable care, but value-based care is more focused on the treatment itself. The goal is to make sure procedures are efficient and a good use of dollars, especially cutting out the waste. Okay, so rather than the healthcare industry or somebody spending thousands and thousands of dollars on a big ad campaign that says, we are a leading accountable care organization focused on value-based care. What if they said something like this, Chris? A coordinated team of independent medical providers focused on efficient processes, better care, and lowering your cost.
That would be way clearer.
So if I said that to you, if somebody asked you what you do and you said, I'm with a coordinated group of medical providers, and we have more efficient processes, which allows us to give better care, which means we can lower your cost.
I'm interested. Tell me more.
Exactly.
It's a great hook. It's a great hook. I'm like,
we got rid of all of the jargon.
Yep.
But I guarantee you that somebody in a boardroom thinks that they have to use the words accountable care organization and value-based care to be relevant or to be different or to stand out. But I'm telling you, the thing that's going to make you stand out as a business is not this jargon, it's clarity.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. I love that. That was a great example.
Are you ready for it? Are you ready for another one? Okay, we're going to hit the financial industry now.
Ooh.
So you're thinking, well, I'm not in healthcare. Well, maybe you're in the financial industry, so we're coming after you now, okay?
Okay, good. Let's
All
do
right.
it.
So this is literally a billboard that I saw here in Spokane, Washington.
Yeah.
Literally a billboard. I won't talk about which company it was, but okay, this is literally what the billboard said. Billboards are expensive. Okay. Billboards, they're expensive ad space. This is what it said. We are a not-for-profit cooperative. Join our circle.
Join our circle. Who are they asking me as a consumer to join a circle, or are they asking me as I don't even know what does that mean?
What do you think a not-for-profit cooperative is? As it relates to, I guess I should say this is for a credit union.
I mean, a not-for-profit, I get that. It's a nonprofit. It's a not-for-profit cooperative. Somehow is it the members that are the co-op? Is it a bank that has a bunch of other locations that are co-oping together? I don't know.
Okay, you're driving past this billboard. You got what?
Yeah.
4 seconds? You got 4 seconds to read that and then go, I don't know what that means, right? You're messing with the radio then, or you're, talking to the person in the other seat. That doesn't mean anything to you, right? A not-for-profit cooperative. Okay, this is what a not-for-profit cooperative is.
Okay.
The primary difference between a cooperative corporation and a tax-exempt nonprofit corporation, my mouth broke, is how money flows back into the community.
Okay.
A tax-exempt nonprofit organization can distribute profits to members or investors, while a cooperative corporation generally distributes profits based on a member's participation. So rather than say a not-for-profit cooperative, join our circle, as you're driving down the street looking at this billboard for a few seconds, what if the billboard said this, Chris? Would this interest you? Our profits do not pay a bunch of investors. It returns to our community. Join our circle. Yeah.
I would even say, and then join our circle could even be like become a member.
Become a member. Yeah, let's even ditch the join our circle. What does that even mean? Are we getting into a circle and smoking weed, or are we getting into a circle playing duck duck goose? What are we doing in that circle, right? Yeah. I like that even better. Let's ditch the word circle. Become a member.
What was the first part? Give me the first part of the redone, the clearer version.
Our profits do not pay a bunch of investors.
Yeah.
It returns to our community.
Yeah. What if it said it returns to our community and members? And then it said, become a member. And now I'm like, oh, you're returning my money back to me.
Exactly.
Hey, I mean, if that's what it meant, but anyway, it's way clearer than like not for a profit cooperative, join our circle. I don't know.
Right. Exactly. So these businesses, especially those two industries, which are huge, they spend tons of money on marketing.
Yep.
They're paying these marketing agencies tons and tons of dollars, and they're coming up with this garbage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It blows my mind. It blows my mind. Clarity will win every single time. So if you are out there and you're thinking, hey, I'm up against, a big industry giant, I'm up against somebody who's got way more marketing dollars than I do, you can win in that space by being more clear than they are. One with the clearer message will win.
That is such great news, first of all, just because I think a lot of us, when we look at bigger budgets, bigger companies, I think it's like, how do I fit? How would I ever compete? But to be clear is it's the answer.
Yes.
Be clear. I love that. Okay.
Yeah. So we're going to be clear. And the way that we're clear is we understand our customers, right?
Totally.
Ditch the jargon. Okay. So the third industry that that was one of the top 10. This is probably where most of the people listening are going to fall into this industry: professional and business services. Okay. So that's usually where most of us are going to fall. Okay. So I'm not going to go through an example. I'm just going to challenge everybody out there. If you're using one of these top 10 jargony kind of words in your marketing, it's time to rethink it. Okay. So everybody who's not in financial services, everybody who's not in the medical industry, who you thought you were off the hook, I'm coming after you now. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So here we go.
This includes me too. Okay, go.
You tell me, Chris, if you've ever looked at any marketing with one of these 10 words and thought, I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Okay. Ready?
Okay.
Verticals, granular, industry best practice, paradigm, outside the box, ecosystem, bandwidth, influencer, cloud-based, ROI.
Yeah.
Have you heard those buzzwords and been confused about what those even mean?
I think I've used some of those in the last week.
We all have.
Ouch.
Yeah, right. But here's the thing is when everybody else is using these buzzwords and thinking they're checking the box of clarity, they're not. We need to stand out and be different and say things in a more clear way. When you do that, you rise above the noise. And when you're more clear than the next guy, you'll win. So this is what I want everybody to do out there. Print out your website, print out maybe a lead page that you have, or maybe even you have stuff in print, and circle everywhere you use jargon. Okay. And rethink how you're presenting your message. With the way that I describe this process when I do a presentation about clarifying your marketing messaging, we do an example of a slippery bowling ball. Literally, I have bowling balls, and we say that when you're talking about, and I've talked about this before in the human side of marketing, but when you're talking about something, one of your offerings, it's like handing somebody a 10-pound bowling ball. And as they're sitting there holding this bowling ball, you're trying to describe what you do. Well, put Vaseline on that bowling ball and then hand that bowling ball to someone. And when you use jargon or industry terms or shop talk, you're putting Vaseline on this bowling ball. And well, what's going to happen? It's going to drop on somebody's foot, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It gets really hard. And then the more jargon you pile on top of that, I would imagine like it continues. Yeah. Like
it's like handing somebody another slippery bowling ball
on top of the first one.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So in your marketing, remember this, your customers, when they don't understand your idea, they cannot respond to your idea.
Wow. I think also in that it can be hard to do it yourself. I just know when I've tried to clarify stuff myself, I don't know what I don't know about a different way to say it. And so I end up trying to simplify it, but it sounds still confusing, where I'm like, I don't know, did I do it right? I tried to clarify it. Is it right yet? I don't know. And it can be really helpful to have somebody else, which is that's why I love what you guys do, is what you do. You actually work with people to clarify the message. Yes.
That's right. Yeah. It's so true, because your business, and you know what, I experienced this too. Some of those last couple words that I mentioned there, cloud-based, ROI, I find myself using those words too, but I need to be more clear. And the reason why it's so difficult is because our business sits about 2 inches away from our face all day long. Right. Yep. And, totally. And we think that we're being clear, or we know we're being unclear, but you're right. Sometimes it's hard to find that clarity, because we have what's called the curse of knowledge. We know so much about what we do and what we offer that it's sometimes even difficult to personally find that clarity. So,
right. I remember, I know you're a Story Brand certified guide, and I heard Don Miller a couple years ago just talk about how most of us, when we try to dumb it down, we'll take it from a 10 and we take it down to like a 7. Where we're like, oh, this is a 2, but in reality, it's only a 7. Like you only brought it down from 10 to 7. It's not at the level of like simplicity, where 1 is really simple,
right,
and 10 is really complex. You took it from a 10 to a 7, and you thought it was a 2,
right,
but it's not.
Right.
And I think that's the benefit of having somebody from the outside take a look at it and be like, no, I still don't get it. I don't understand what this is. You can't say that, because you do know what it is.
That's right.
You always know what it is because it's your thing, but somebody else would take a look at it and be like, I don't know what this is.
That's right.
Which is great, which is what you guys do. If people want to reach out to you and have a discovery call or connect with you about their website, their marketing, clarifying their message, how do people connect with you that way?
You can always follow us on social media. So WD Walrus on Facebook or Instagram. You can go to our website at wdwalrus.com. Or if you'd like to connect to have a phone call or an in-person meeting, you can go to clarifymymarketing.com and schedule a time to chat. There's a scheduler on there that's for your convenience.
I love it. Good stuff, Kurt. Well, I'm going to be super sensitive this week to the jargon that I use. Now I'm going to be like criticizing all the words that I say.
Right. Next time I see you, if your head's like hanging low, I'm going to know that you circled more than 10 things in the marketing messaging that
I've been joining circles all over Spokane, and I don't know why. I don't know why am I doing it.
Right. Right.
All right. Good stuff, Kurt. Thanks for your message today. We'll catch you next time. See ya.
Hey, thanks, Chris.